Bahrain. It is a small island nation in the Persian Gulf. You could fit roughly 730 Bahrains into Texas. And yet, this tiny archipelago packs thousands of years of history. We are talking ancient civilizations, epic empires, and even some colonial drama. Buckle up, it is time for a whirlwind tour of Bahrain's past. First things first, geography. Bahrain is a group of 33 islands. It's just east of Saudi Arabia, connected by a causeway. Think of it as Saudi Arabia's slightly more relaxed neighbor, except when it comes to Formula One racing. They take that very seriously. Its strategic location in the Gulf made it a prime spot for trade. Control the trade routes, control the riches. It is economics 101, people. This is why everyone from the ancient Sumerians to the modern-day Brits wanted a piece of the Bahrain pie. So grab your metaphorical passports, and let us dive into the sands of time. First up, the Dilmun civilization. This is not a superhero origin story, though it could be. The Dilmun civilization was one of the most fascinating and influential cultures of the ancient world. These guys were around from the 3rd millennium BC, making them one of the earliest known civilizations. They were like the cool kids of the ancient world, known for their trading skills and luxurious lifestyle. Their influence spread far and wide. The Dilmun civilization thrived on trade. They were master traders dealing in goods that were highly sought after. They were strategically located between Mesopotamia and the Indus Valley civilization, making them a crucial link in ancient trade routes. Think of them as the ancient world's middlemen, except they actually made things. Their craftsmanship was renowned. They were known for their pearls, dates, and copper. These items were highly prized and traded extensively. They were also surprisingly progressive. Their society had advanced social structures and practices. Archaeological evidence suggests a relatively egalitarian society. This was quite rare in ancient times. Women had a fair bit of freedom and influence, which was rare for the time. They played significant roles in their communities. They also had a thing for burying their dead in fancy tombs with all their favorite stuff. This shows their beliefs and values. Guess they really believed in the afterlife, or maybe they just wanted to make a statement about their status and wealth. But like all good things, Dilmun eventually faded. Their decline was gradual, but inevitable. By the 6th century BC, they were pretty much yesterday's news. Their influence had waned significantly, but their legacy lived on in Mesopotamian mythology. They were remembered and revered in stories and legends. They were seen as a paradise, a land of immortality. This speaks volumes about their lasting impact. Not bad for a bunch of traders, right? Their story is a testament to the power of trade and cultural exchange. After Dilmun came the empires. It was like a revolving door of world powers, each wanting their turn to rule the island. First up, the Assyrians, then the Babylonians. Let us not forget the Persians. They were like the guests who would not leave, except they brought armies. Each empire left its mark on Bahrain for better or worse. The Assyrians, known for their military might, brought their language and culture. The Babylonians, known for their love of bureaucracy, brought their laws and administrative systems. And the Persians, well, they brought their love of elaborate gardens and architecture. This period was basically Bahrain's version of a cultural exchange program. Only instead of students and artists, they got soldiers and tax collectors. But hey, at least they got some cool buildings out of it, right? Section 4. Islamic Golden Age. Bahrain finds its faith. In the 7th century AD, something big happened. Islam arrived in Bahrain. This was a monumental shift that would forever change the course of the island's history. And it was not just a quick visit. Islam took root deeply within the community. Islam took root and flourished, transforming the island's religious and cultural landscape. The influence was profound and far-reaching. Think of it as a spiritual makeover, with mosques replacing temples and the call to prayer echoing through the streets. The entire atmosphere of Bahrain began to change. Bahrain became a center of Islamic scholarship and trade. It was a hub of intellectual and commercial activity. Scholars from all over the Muslim world flocked to its mosques and libraries, eager to debate theology, philosophy, and the latest scientific discoveries. The intellectual fervor was palpable. It was like the Silicon Valley of its time, only instead of coding apps, they were writing manuscripts and inventing algebra. The contributions made here would resonate through the ages. This period saw the rise of the Karmatians, a radical Islamic sect that challenged the Abbasid Caliphate. Their influence was both feared and respected. They were like the Robin Hoods of their time, except instead of robbing from the rich, they robbed from everyone. Their actions were controversial and bold. They even stole the Black Stone from Mecca in 930 AD, which was a pretty bold move. This act shocked the entire Muslim world. They eventually returned it, but not before holding it hostage for 20 years. This period remains one of the most fascinating chapters in Bahrain's rich history. Section 5. Colonialism, not their best look. Fast forward a few centuries and we enter the colonial period. First, the Portuguese showed up in 1521, hungry for spices and new trade routes. They managed to hold on to Bahrain for about 80 years, which is impressive considering their track record in the region. Then came the Brits in the 19th century. They were like that friend who always invites themselves over and never leaves. They were initially interested in Bahrain for its strategic location, but they quickly realized that the island had other assets, like its pearl industry. The British presence in Bahrain was a mixed bag. On the one hand, they brought stability and modernization. They introduced modern education, healthcare, and infrastructure. On the other hand, they also brought their fair share of exploitation and political meddling. It was the classic colonial playbook: take what you can, while you can. Section 6. Independence. Bahrain goes solo. By the mid-20th century, the winds of change were blowing across the globe. Colonialism was out and independence was in. Bahrain was no exception. After years of peaceful protests and negotiations, the island finally gained its independence from Britain in 1971. It was a time of great hope and optimism. Bahrain, now a constitutional monarchy, embarked on an ambitious development program. They invested heavily in education, healthcare, and infrastructure, transforming the island into a modern nation. They also played a key role in the formation of the Gulf Cooperation Council, a regional bloc of Arab states. Think of it as a club for oil-rich nations where they discuss important matters like oil prices and regional security. Section 7. Modern Bahrain, from pearls to Formula One. So, here we are today, in a nation that has undergone a remarkable transformation over the decades. Bahrain is a thriving nation with a diversified economy and a vibrant culture. The streets are bustling with life and the markets are filled with the rich aroma of spices and traditional goods. They have successfully transitioned from a pearl-dependent economy to a more diversified one, with a focus on finance, tourism, and manufacturing. The pearl diving heritage is still celebrated, but now it stands alongside modern industries. They are known for their stunning architecture, from the futuristic skyscrapers of Manama to the ancient ruins of Dilmun. This blend of old and new creates a unique skyline that tells the story of Bahrain's evolution. They are also home to the Bahrain International Circuit, which hosts the annual Formula One Grand Prix. This event attracts visitors from all over the world, adding to Bahrain's reputation as a global destination. So, if you are into fast cars and even faster drivers, Bahrain is the place to be. The excitement and energy of the race are palpable, making it a must-see event. Bahrain has also become a major player on the regional and international stage. Their diplomatic efforts and strategic alliances have positioned them as a key influencer in global affairs. They are a key ally of the United States and host the U.S. Navy's Fifth Fleet. This partnership underscores Bahrain's strategic importance in maintaining regional security. They are also active members of the United Nations and other international organizations. Their commitment to global cooperation and peace is evident in their active participation. In conclusion, Bahrain may be small, but its history is anything but. The rich tapestry of its past is woven into every aspect of its present. From ancient civilizations to modern-day marvels, Bahrain has it all. The journey from its historical roots to its current status is truly fascinating. So, next time you are looking for a travel destination with a rich history and a bright future, consider Bahrain. It promises an experience that is both enriching and exhilarating.